Welcome back to another video. We are in the Open Great League, and we're going to be running a Pelipper team with Diggersby and Pelipper Steelix. This team here just seems fun. It's a ABB format. You kind of just try to play a fluid game, switch in and out as much as you can. You're trying to bait out Medicham. So let's see how this team runs. So Dugong in the lead is kind of a problem because it does do well against the Diggersby, but also does pretty decent against the Pelipper. So when we switch on to the Diggersby, it looks like they didn't have any kind of fighter. Here, the Pelipper Steelix is going to come in. We do get a switch out. Ends up being the Sand Slash. The Sand Slash is also going to be really decent against our entire team. So we're kind of in a huge pickle right now. We're going to go for this Weather Ball here to do some chip damage. We do have enough energy to get to another Weather Ball here. So this Weather Ball will get it kind of low. Low enough to where I think we can farm down now. Our opponent ends up throwing the Bulldoze, interesting enough. Either way, we were going to shield that because we needed... Oh, what a catch by my opponent. Way to go. Great read by my opponent right there. Catching a move. We needed to expend that energy on the Pelipper, but luckily we only threw a Weather Ball, so we still have energy on our Pelipper, but it looks like this Pelipper Steelix is only going to be able to get one breaking swipe off. Our opponent has 2 shields, and this is GG's. Just a little bit unfortunate. Their team ended up being double core breakers with the Sand Slash and that Dugong, so they had double ice here. All right, let's see if we can turn it around. Well, here we go again. Shadow Sand Slash all over the place right now. We are going to switch into the Diggersby here. We're going to be able to tank one move. So, okay, so we do bait out the Medicham. We're going to have to go for this Hyper Beam. We need huge damage. Luckily for us, we are able to get to it. And now we force our opponent to throw some energy. So they do reveal that they have Ice Punch, which is fine. Now we're going to have to come in with the Pelipper. This Pelipper is looking for a farm down. Looks like we don't get the farm down, and they are able to throw a Psychic. No matter what, we were going to tank that anyway. So, and then we switch out, and unfortunately we are met with the Azumarill. So, wow, almost no play from our opponent. No play our opponent has given us. They are playing their team quite well, running a pretty tanky team with the Azumarill, Medicham, and the Shadow Sand Slash. This team was popular last season. It looks like it is back in action. So this one, and we're just gonna let it farm us down. Leaving the game with 2 shields. Love when we leave the game with 2 shields. Alright, so enough with the ABB format. We're going to change it to an ABA format. Still running the same team. Maybe a little bit of a team reorder will do much better. Especially since we're seeing some ice types in the front. And of course, we are facing a Shadow Glider. This Shadow Glider is going to be able to throw some aerial aces. But we are able to threaten a potential Hyper Beam. So we're going to tank the second move here, and we're just going to farm until we can get to this Hyper Beam. We do get the Hyper Beam off, which is great. And then now we do get the Medicham to come back in here. So we can't switch out just yet because this Diggersby has a little bit of health left, and we could potentially get to another move. We do get the first shield, which is great. And now here we're going to have to come in with our Steelix. This Registeel is going to be able to throw Focus Blast here. So you can see that the Pelipper Steelix potentially could throw the Earthquake or the Breaking Swipe. We decided to go for the Earthquake here because we thought we can get to 2 Earthquakes. So we went for the Earthquake, hoping that we can get to the second one, and unfortunately that is not the case. We had to bait to get to that second Earthquake there, so a little bit of a miscalculation right there, because now we have to expend all this energy onto this Registeel when we should have been able to throw it back at this Medicham here. We try to get to that Hurricane right there, and unfortunately it does not happen, so GG's to our opponent right there. I mean, you can think of it 2 ways. Some people would go for the Earthquake with the Shadow Steelix, or maybe they would bait at that situation. That ended up being the 50-50 call. But kudos to our opponent for shooting the correct move. So here we are going to stay in for now because, like I said, we only have 1 true counter to the fighters. So we're going to go for this Scorching Stand here. It does end up getting a shield, which is fantastic. They did reveal that they're switching into their Sableye. This Sableye is taking some huge Dragon Tail damage. So we let them throw the Foul Play because we were going to shield always. And then now we're going to be throwing the Breaking Swipe. This Breaking Swipe does debuff the Sableye, so now we don't have to shield this move. And this is just a farm down. And now we have a ton of energy with the Steelix that we can throw with whatever comes back in. They reveal that they're going to come back in with Poliwrath. We try to get to another Breaking Swipe. It does not happen. Shadow versus Shadow. They go for the power-up. Wow. The power-up punch right there is not enough because we did debuff that Poliwrath already. So that debuff coming in clutch. We do tank a Rock Slide because if you know the Pelipper can tank 1 Rock Slide. So we're going to go for this Weather Ball here. Does a good chunk of damage. We still have a shield, so we invest the shield into this one here. And now the whole idea is to throw the Weather Ball right before they get to another Rock Slide. And then because of that, we are able to farm 2 Weather Balls and we can throw the extra Weather Ball back at this Poliwrath for the GGs. So nice play right there. Great energy management. Not bad considering we started 0-2, and now with a little bit of a reorder of the team, it's becoming pretty decent now. All right, Diggersby into the Bastiodon. They switch out into Medicham. We have to go in with our Pelipper. They go for the Ice Punch. We let it go. And then now we're going to be going for the Weather Ball. This Weather Ball is going to do chip damage. We do have another Weather Ball for this Medicham. They don't want to shield at all. So that was unfortunate for us. This Ice Punch does not KO. So we still maintain alignment. And we leave the Pelipper with a sliver of health. They come in with the Sableye. The Sableye is kind of problematic for us because it did have an energy advantage, and we decided to come in with the Diggersby because we're resisting the fast moves, and we're trying to basically just get the shields off of this Sableye. So now we shield, and then our opponent ends up switching into their Bastiodon. We're going to be throwing the Scorching Sands, okay? And then we're going to be able to get to another Scorching Sands before they can get to their move. They decide to let it go. There, we decide to farm up, and we're going to be throwing a Flamethrower. So we decide to just keep all that energy on that Diggersby, and we actually end up making them quit. So GG's to our opponent right there. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.